All right, now go back to Eiffel Tower. Click it. Aaron Nielsen, dude, I always play against you. You always get a bloody ball. All right, so I'm gonna have to step up my game here. I have played against Aaron before. What are the chances that I keep getting Aaron? What are the chances? I know he's watching. He's for sure in the chat room somewhere. Matt Hildebrand says, why the drive? I got a timeless and I love it. Matt, you shouldn't ask to replace it, right? It's not necessarily why you need to get rid of your timeless and add the drive. It's more about how they can complement each other. So the timeless for me is a ball a little bit closer to the high road. It's going to be a lot more controlled not controlled, but more suitable is the word I was looking for. More suitable for later in the block when you really want to open up the lane. That 2-part pearl, 1-part solid R2S cover is going to give you a lot more length. All right, I need to focus here. All right, no, don't you even think about it that I almost lost my mind. I would have lost my mind if that stood. So the timeless is going to use more length in your game. So when the lanes break down a little bit, if you're bowling on slightly drier oil patterns, then you need that length, but you still want to create a little angularity down the lane. So as you move further left or further into the middle part of the lane, as the lanes are breaking down, you want to make sure that you still have a little angle to get through the pins, and timeless does that. Where it differs from drive is I feel like drive would be a ball that you use first. I actually think when the pattern is, when the lane oil is more fresh and the back ends are flying a little more, then it gives you the ability to control that part of the lane, being that it has that 2-part solid, 1-part pearl nano technology in the ball. It's going to be really helpful for you to control the lane a little better. Meanwhile, I think Aaron has given me some handicap here. He's on level 71 and he started off 0600. So I'm almost, I feel like I can positively say he's giving me some handicap, but at some point he's going to like turn it up on me. Probably strike out, I don't know, maybe. Strike out for what, 246? Be a pretty good 246. 246, 256. 36, 66, 96, 246. Let's see. Nathaniel Barker says, what's the hardest split you've ever picked up in real? Mine is the 6-7-10. Well, the 6-7-10 certainly is not a easy spare by any stretch of the imagination. The hardest one I think I've ever picked up. Oh crap. I almost lost my turn then because I was too busy. Oh, I did lose my turn. Oh no. Damn you, Aaron. I've given you a lifeline. I wonder if he'll take advantage of it. I'm certainly hoping not. I thought I just made it to that delivery. I guess not. The hardest split that I've ever made, I've never made the 7-10. Never. Never really even got close. Like I've never had it where the pins bounced in front of it or just missed it to the other side of it. Never even got close. So I would probably have to say maybe the big 4. It's probably the hardest split that I've ever actually made. I mean, those ones aren't easy. I don't know. Maybe they're even harder than a 7-10. I see a lot more 7-10s made than I do big 4s. I don't know why that is either. Oh no, get left. Get left and go Brooklyn. Okay. All right, I'll take that. All right, I'll make the spare. Perfect. So Aaron's struggling today. It's unusual. Must be an off day for him. I can't believe I gave you that third frame gutter ball 7. I can't believe I needed all those pins because my fear is you'll start striking. Um, we've got Morales a Dame says, please give a shout out to Devon. He follows your career and loves your passion for bowling. G'day Devon, how are you? I hope you've downloaded Bowling by Jason Belmonte because it is a really, really cool game. And I think you'll like it. If you haven't, then do it now. I give you permission to download it and to spend as much money on whoever's account it is attached to. Oh, that's closer. All right, mix them up, mix them up. All right, I'm going to run away with this. I'm not going to give him another chance to come back. Jeremy Gold says, when is Tawny mode coming out? Good question, and it's coming out really soon. My team has been ferociously working hard on creating multiple player tournaments. And the next step after tournaments is to actually create in-game leagues. I mean, that's going to be super wild, that you can join people from all over the world, play weekly competitions, win weekly prizes. That's going to be super cool. And that's going to be a little harder to program, but we're already starting the initial phases of leagues. But tournaments, I would imagine, would come first, then follow on to leagues. Meanwhile, Aaron's decided to change balls. But it might be too late, Aaron, when I throw shots like that. Boom! I flushed. Ryan Komar says, when is Rotogrip coming? That is a good question. Rotogrip, I want to put Rotogrip in the game like tomorrow, but there's a few legal things that we have to obviously knock out first. We have to discuss with Storm and Rotogrip about adding the Rotogrip balls into the game. And once we move past that step, the next step is we have to create them. And it's really difficult to make sure that we create a very realistic and true representation of the balls in the game. We don't want to just show them as a visual representation. We really want to make it as real as possible. And that can take a bit of time. Oh, come on! Get out of here! That's a spare 99 times out of 100. Oh, how did that miss? Spewing. Now I've given him a chance to come back. Oh my gosh. All right. Regroup, refocus, focus on the next shot. Forget about that one. Mark Blair says, you guys really should put a chat option in the game. Granted, you may open the trash talking, but I've seen too many. Yeah, well, that is one of the fears that we have, right, Matt, is if we open up the chat to have the freedom to say whatever you want, I believe that the majority of the people would use it properly. Oh, crap. But there would be some people that wouldn't. And because we have, this is an all-age friendly game, I'd be very upset if I come to find out that, there are children that are getting, bullied or trash talked and profanity was used and whatnot. So the way that we have it now is we do have 5 different options in the chat with a lot of different options for you to use. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming trying to find the right one. And I think my next step that I really want to do is talk with the team about narrowing it down a little bit, making it a little bit more, making it easier for you to say what you want to say and maybe have better options that say more, if that makes sense. Because, yeah, you're right. I think oh my goodness, it's a good thing that Aaron has had an off day. Otherwise, he'd probably come back and beat me. So Aaron doesn't win a ball. Sorry, Aaron. You know how, I don't know where you're from, Aaron, but my American friends, how they say Aaron? They say Aaron. Aaron. I don't know where the E is, but it's like Aaron, but it's really Aaron. Or if you're Key and Peele, it's Aaron. Uh, Alright, so not my best game. Certainly not Aaron's best game, but it seems to be enough for the victory. As you can see, I'm continually using my drive as well. Oh, there it was. I just needed to move a little further left. Alright, thank you, Aaron, or Aaron, or Aaron, however you pronounce your name. It was a pleasure bowling against you. Onwards to the next one. Oh, look, he's well below average. He's averaging 171. And he's averaged 166 in his last 10 games. Look at my average for the last 10 games. That is disgracefully low. 98. Mind you, I must say, I was doing some testing in this phase. Like, we were testing some bugs out and I was really just bowling, but that's my excuse. Leave.